has been here since Ironwood's been here, and it starts with the Thunderbird. And the Thunderbird represents all mankind and how we're connected just by existing. Its wings surround everybody, basically brings everyone in together. Then the eagle represents your tribe, your family, your Ironwood family, or the family you had before you came here. Then there's the otter, who represents your ability to flow through life, but to stay intelligent, to stay who you are. Next is the owl, and the owl represents wisdom. And there's the frog, and the frog represents the underworld, and all the ancestors who've come before you, all the people who've changed your life and you've passed into another life. Then there's the beaver, and the beaver represents hard work and perseverance. And then the bear represents strength to hold everything else up on its shoulders, and that's the key into it.
How has Ironwood changed your life?
I'd probably be dead if I was in an Ironwood.
Do you mind sharing a little bit of your story with
No,
us?
not at all. I was a cutter since I was 12. I'm 16 now. And I was miserable most of the time. So that was like breathing for me. Cutting was breathing. And that was the only way I knew to relax and to get rid of all the stress in my life. I was abused as a small child. And I had a rocky life. So that was how I relaxed. That was how I got everything, all the anger, all the emotions I couldn't name and couldn't place anywhere. That's how I got them out. And so I came here in February. I came the day of February 10th. And
What was that day like?
I knew I was coming because my mom wrote the word Ironwood down on a piece of paper by our computer, and I thought it was a summer camp for my little sister. And then I thought about it, and Ironwood didn't sound like a very nice camp for toddlers. So I looked it up, and I found the Ironwood website, and I thought, oh, treatment, Maine, that sounds great. But I didn't think my mom would actually I didn't know if she would send me or not. So at 5:30 in the morning, 3 big men came into my room, and they said, you're going to a nice place in Maine. And then I slept most of the 7 hours up. I gave them directions out of the city, because they were lost. So I told them how to get out of the city. And then I came here and sat in a circle for 3 days. And I didn't cry a lot. I didn't like to cry. I never liked to cry because it was always, why are you crying? I'll give you something to cry about. And I never liked to cry because it was weak. So I just kind of sat and thought I could talk my way out of it and I could manipulate my way out of it because that's what I'd done my whole life. It always worked. On my family and on teachers and on cops and on everyone. But it didn't work here, and I figured that out pretty fast. It didn't work. They'd seen too many kids like me come through. So I just had to dig in my heels, and I didn't want to change it. First, all I could think of was going home to my friends and my boyfriend and my family, and having everything go back to the way it was, because that's what I wanted. But it wasn't really what I wanted, because the way it was me miserable all the time. And me just wanting to be happy and thinking I was happy sometimes and then having everything crash down. So how's Ironwood changed my life? I live now. I'm not a shell. I don't think I'm broken anymore. I thought I was broken beyond repair. And I know I'm not now. And I cry now when I'm sad.
What would you say to some of the other kids that are going through what you went through?
At home? Or coming here?
Just in general, anywhere. That are in that same, unhappy mode, but don't welcome change because change is so scary, and that cut or that hurt themselves in other ways. What would you, after this experience?
Your dreams can come from other places besides darkness. And I say that because all my creativity stemmed from when I was depressed. And for teenagers that I know who've been through what I've been through, they're scared that they're going to lose themselves. They wear their complacency, they wear their anger and their hatred like a favorite pair of shoes they just don't want to throw out. But they wear it even though it's dingy and it's old, but it's scary to get better. It's scary to think that everything you are, all the sadness and all the despair that makes you you, can disappear if you smile and if you laugh and if you do all those fun, scary things. And I didn't think I would ever be me if I let go of the sadness, if I stopped cutting, if I stopped hurting, if I stopped being sad, that Amber would just disappear. But dreams come from other places besides darkness, and creativity can come from being happy. I hated happy people. I hated happy people because they were simple and there was no complexity in being happy. And happy is pretty complex. It's just who you are doesn't have to be that angry teenager. You can be happy and you can still be you and you can still be.
You can still be. What's your favorite color?
I don't have a favorite color. My favorite shade is gray.